Guys, your girl Tina here, back with another video. Today I'm showing you guys a pretty requested video by multiple people. I'm showing you guys my settings in Fortnite along with my keybinds and all that stuff. I haven't made an update video on this in literally about 2 years. I think my last video was in like 2017, had like 200,000 views. I think that's what it was. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right into this. Also, if I do sound a little sick, I am a little stuffy. I don't really know. I think I'm a cold or something, but hopefully it's nothing too crazy. But anyways, like I said, without further ado, let's get right into it. So we're gonna go over here and click the settings tab. And as you can see, this is my video settings. I play on full screen, 1920 by 1080, 240 FPS. I believe you could play on unlimited, but from what I was told, if you play on unlimited, you get more frame drops. So I just been playing on 240. I do play on a 240 hertz monitor. So, I mean, it's not like I'm getting any more FPS after that anyways, because I'm on a 240 hertz monitor. I play at 100% brightness times 2. I don't really think this matters. This is like the default stuff, I'm pretty sure. I don't play on color mode anymore, but I used to play on Note 10 when the Halloween time was out because it was so dark. But I think right now the game is at a good state. So, well, good state visual-wise. So I play on 0 or no colorblind assist. These are my graphic settings. I play on epic view distance, everything else on low because you don't really need that on. I know on a console you don't really have the option to turn these off, but on PC, you should definitely put these on because you'll get the most FPS that you can get. And for view distance, it should be on epic because you want to see as far as you can, or enemies as far as they can. And these are my advanced graphics settings. I have VSync off, motion blur off, show FPS. This is honestly up to you. Do you want to know how much FPS you're getting? If not, then you can just turn it off. But I like to know what I have just to be aware. I played on DirectX 11. I heard the new one, what you see right here is DirectX 12. It's in beta. I heard it causes crashes, so I don't even take the chance on that. It could do better, but I personally don't use it at the moment because it's still in beta. And allow multi-threaded rendering off. I turn that off so I get more FPS. As you can see, can cause hitches and lower FPS on weaker hardware. I have a good hardware system, so I keep that off. I have a really good computer. It's like $3,000, so I just want to keep things how they were before. Let's go into the game settings. I do play with sprint, toggle sprint off. I play with sprint by default, so I don't even have sprint binded at all. Either I'm sprinting by holding down W, or I'm not sprinting at all. But yeah, so sprints, cancel, reload, I have that off. Auto open doors, definitely have that on. It's very useful. I highly recommend turning that on. Tap to interact. I like this to open chest. I don't like holding down F. I do use F to interact, so I don't like holding down F. You press it once and your chest will open. Combat, hold to swap pickup. I don't have that on. I considered it. I liked it, but I just never turned it back on when they gave the option. For mark danger when targeting, I do have this on so that it does help my teammates know when there is danger nearby, or it's just easier to ping for me personally. I like this one better because it's more precise and you don't have this long color of auto pick up weapons. I have this off because I don't want to pick up a weapon I don't want. I think it's very insufficient to have this. Having your whole inventory picking up something when it's not full is just sounds like a chaos, because then you gotta drop weapons to swap them out, and it's just not a good look for me. And I'd rather not do it. Some people prefer it. I don't. Auto sort consumables to the right. I think this is very helpful. So when you pick up any type of healing device or shield, it'll go all the way to the right. And so it won't get in the way of your main weapons. Most people I know play 1, 2, 3. Mostly put their weapons right there. I don't know anyone that actually puts their consumables on the first slots. So putting it to the right is super helpful for multiple people. So I highly suggest turning that on. Reset building choice. I have that off. Turbo building on, of course. Confirm edit on release. I have it on, but some people prefer it off. It all comes down to what you prefer. I know some people prefer it off, but it's hard for them to switch back, so they really literally just keep it on because they can't change back. But if you play without it, fine. I suggest that because there are some bugs with confirm edit on release. So I play with it on. It's all, like I said, it's all up to you guys what you prefer. These are just some extra settings, not really that important. I have replays on. I have these off because I play in scrims, and a lot of the clients that we use, they require you to turn these off, so it's not really that important. I just, keep recordings on just so you can always go back and check it out. These are my sensitivities. X and Y are both 5.8. My targeting sense is 45.1%, and then my scopes is 100%. People always tell me I need to turn this down, but I don't snipe to begin with anyways, so I'm already used to the 100%. I should turn it down, but it would just throw me off. And anytime I have a sniper, I either give it to my teammate or I just don't pick it up in general because I just don't prefer it. Like I said, ignore. This is really not that important. I just keep it off. And these are the mouse flights. I don't really touch this either. These are controller settings. I don't play on controllers, so this is irrelevant for me, but these are my audio settings. I have music all the way off, 14%. I do turn this up, but when I'm playing with friends, I turn it down a little bit just because I want to hear my friends' voices. Typically, this would be around 20, but I had it at 14 because I was playing with my friends. Voice chat, I have it at like 40-ish%, close to 50. I don't like their voices to overpower my gameplay when I'm playing. Sound quality, low. This is typically what you want. Since the new season started, I think if you have it on high, things sound very weird. So I don't know if they changed it back, but low takes it back to like season 1, or not season 1, but to chapter 1, and the sounds sound normal instead of different weird sounds. I have this off, on. I have this off, and then voice chat on, push to talk on, and then this is just your devices that you use. Now that one of the most important parts is my keybinds. A lot of people agree or don't agree with my keybinds because they're very different, and if you played Fortnite in the very beginning, a lot of these keybinds are from the beginning days, so there's a lot of keys that people don't suggest that I use, but I do it anyways. So typically WASD, I jump with spacebar. Sprint, like I said, is completely unbinded. I don't have it binded because when I have it binded, it slows down my sprint by default by accident, and I just don't like it. Auto run, I have it on equals, so it's all the way across the keyboard. I could change it, I just don't. My crouch is control, left control. Fire typically, typical left and then right. So reloading is R. Some people prefer to use E for use, but I have F because that's what the default one was. Harvesting tool is C. I actually have my weapon slot 1 and 2 binded to my mouse. So mouse button 2 is which is the top side button, and then weapon slot 2 is the mouse side button number 3, I believe, or just regular 1. So 1 and 2, I have them binded to my mouse. For my weapon slots, I usually put shotgun, AR. Those are my normal loadouts. And then I have 3, 4, and 5 for weapon slot 3, 4, and 5. Crouch while building, left control. Wall, I like to use Q. Floor, I do use F2. I tried changing it, I just could not do it. So I have my floor binded to F2. And stairs to E. For me, Q and E are the easiest combo, and wall and stairs are like the most common combo that you want to use very fast in box fights or just build fighting in general. So Q and E are my good binds. Roof is actually F4. It's not really F4. I don't really press F4. I just have F4 binded to my mouse because I have a third mouse button, or mouse button, so I have it binded to my mouse. For a while, I did use F4. But I've kind of moved away from that to just strictly using it on my mouse, so that works for me. Trap button is actually F5, so I do reach across the keyboard for F5 for my trap. Not very efficient. I do not recommend it, but that is what I use, and I just never changed out of it. It's very hard to change out of keybinds, and you've been using them for like 2 years. All right. And placing is just your normal left mouse button. Just hold it down. Turbo build, you know how it goes. Repairing is H. I do not have rotating builds on, because I feel like it does screw a lot of players over, including myself, so I have that actually unbinded. I do not suggest having that on, unless for some reason you like rotating your builds, then by all means go ahead. Changing material, just right mouse button. Building edit, I have binded to G, but I also use scroll wheel down to reset my, help reset my building edits. Crouch while editing is actually not binded. I don't have that binded for some reason, but I'm going to rebind it. I just binded it. It's fine. But left control is what I usually have. I don't know why I wasn't binded, but select building edit, left mouse button, normal, click it. Reset, like I said, I use scroll wheel, so if you can set that up, that's very useful. Pinging, I use the middle of my mouse button to press it down. Push to talk is T, chat, enter, emote. I use emote K because for a while I was actually accidentally pressing B because my thumb would hit B when I was pressing the spacebar, and it would open up my emote locker, and I didn't like that, so I moved it as far away as I could, which is K, and it just has always worked for me. I never had that problem again. Let's see. Mute, I don't really know what this is, but yeah, these are my settings to pick up. This is what I used to pick up players. X, it used to be F, but I changed it to X, but there's a glitch right now, so yeah, so these are my settings if you want to check them out. Open up the map, it's on M. It's always been M since I played H1Z1. Toggle inventory, I actually use tab because for me that works, and that's what H1Z1 was. So I actually, you know, I like that way better than pressing, I believe, T or whatever it was. I don't know what it was. But for vehicles, I have spacebar, T, left control to switch seats, passenger, driver, exit, and yeah. So if you guys just want to check these out, these ones aren't that important. So if you want to just copy, pause the screen, copy these. But yeah, it's just honestly what you prefer here at this point. These aren't that majorly important. But yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much it that I can see. I'm just going to keep scrolling down just in case anyone wants to copy these settings. But we're going to go on over. And then I'm not going to click this because you might see some information that you don't need to see. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe if you're new. Let me know what you think of my keybinds. Like I said, mine are very different. I don't suggest using these ones specifically because you can find better options. A lot of people prefer editing with F or E. I do use G to edit, and a lot of people do think that that is insufficient, and I agree, but I've tried changing it. It's very hard, and I just had to switch some things around in order to get that to work, and it never really worked for me. So yeah, like I said, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and I'm out. Peace.